I'm going to show you how Teresa at our Green Acres again showed us how to make these flowers. I had them on my fireplace mantle, and I really like them, and you can make them any size you want to. But what we're going to do is use canning jar lids. These can be a little pricey. I was kind of shocked, but because I don't can. But anyway, I think I paid $7 or $8 a piece. I bought little ones and big ones at Walmart. But anyway, so we're going to make one of these. And I've already started it. And if y'all, I don't know if y'all know how to rip fabric. Now, first of all, y'all have to rip your fabric about 10 or 12 inches. And I don't measure a thing. You know, in the Candy Crew, we don't measure a cussy thing. So, anyway, I just, ever how the Lord leads you. And cotton. You need cotton. It just rips better when it's cotton. So, this is going to be a little noisy, and I'm sorry. But I just, see, can you see right there how I just kind of made me some slits? And I've already pre-made a lot of this. But you just take it and rip it. Now, there will be strings. It's sort of messy, but that's okay. We don't mind messy in the crafting world. Then what you're going to do is, this is one of these. Now, this is a small one, but I'm using the big one right now. So just whatever you got. And I'm just taking this, and I've already pre-done it. But see, there's my canning jar ring. Okay? Then you're going to feed that through like that. And you don't have to do anything special. There's nothing, I mean, all I do is tie one little loop through and pull it. And you pull it. I try to do my little knot part that's not really a knot. It's a half a knot on the outside. And that makes your little thing stand out like that. And so we're going to do that again. And I might can get one more in here. I did them real tight. So y'all could see how I do these. But once again, this idea is not mine. I'm just learning from other people and sharing with my folks. And taking another one and wrapping that through. Okay. So I did that all the way around. And you can make it as tight or whatever as you want. So I'm going to try to get one more in there. And here we go. And once again, this is canning jar lids. This is the ring part. Now, and I tried to get as much done beforehand as I could. And this is the goal, okay? So, what I've done next is, this is the, I don't know what you call this part, the part that seals. So, I didn't have any batting. Well, I had batting. I didn't have the, whatever that fluffy stuff, polyfill. I didn't have none of that. So, I'm using this, and I probably cut like 6 little squares. And what I'm going to do, and hope I don't burn myself, y'all, if I do, y'all just laugh with me. I just got me some hot glue on here, and I'm going to have to put some more on it, because mine is in pieces. But I'm just going to kind of roll that on there, kind of underneath, so it sort of sits on the top of this lid. And I'll probably have to do, and I'm going to let that cool off just a minute, because I don't want to burn myself. Might say ugly words right out here on the Facebook Live. But anyway, so I got that going on. I'm going to have to put just another little dot or two of hot glue on here. Maybe I won't burn myself. Okay. So we do that. And that's just because I had to cut squares. If you have polyfill, which I probably got some up there in my craft room, can't find it. But anyway, so I just made me a little puff on top of this lid right here, okay? And then I just sort of cut me out a circle, and it ain't a perfect circle, and it's just whatever. But you can use anything. Like on this one that I had done, this one right here, y'all, this was a 4-inch piece of ribbon that I had, and you just shove that ribbon right there and pull that wire out like that, and you just got a piece of fabric. And you can do burlap. Burlap would work good. It's just whatever kind of look you want. So now I'm going to take this and scrunch it over my thing. And this, again, you just covering it. Because these edges don't have to be perfect, because you're going to shove it down in this. Sort of like a covered button. If Mama ever sewed, mine did all the time. She made everything I wore for a long time, years and years and years. In fact, I was sitting in church on Sunday night one time, and I drew my prom dress, and my mama made it. My mama was a master seamstress, but couldn't couldn't use a pattern. She never read a guide sheet. She might cut it out by the pattern, but a guide sheet just blew her mind. She couldn't do it. It was amazing to me. And my dress that I drew in church on Sunday night in one of the back rows, she just cut it out of newspaper and made my dress. And ain't that amazing? I did not get that gift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over. Okay, you see how the back looks? And I'm going to take this. Now, this takes some work, I'm going to tell you. And you could use the smaller ring on the bigger thing. And then you just shove it down in there. And the last time I did this, I had to get some help. Lord, I'm sticking myself with my glue. So I'm going to take my handy-dandy cutters right here and close them up. And just kind of mush that down in there. And it'll go in. But it ain't easy. I'm just telling you. So there you've got a cute little sunflower. Now you can trim these off any way you want to. You can trim them short. You can do whatever. And all these strings, you can cut them off if you want to. And then, turn that off before I kill myself. And do that. But I thought, I hung mine, and all I did, y'all, this fabric right here is actually an old sheet that I just cut up. The reason I wasn't using this sheet, because these are really good sheets, and I've had them forever, but the elastic started getting shot in them. So I just took me a piece of my elastic and cut it off and made me a little loop on the back and hung it up on my fireplace. But you can lay them like in a tiered tray. They would be so cute in that. And also, I thought about this. Now, if you're hosting Thanksgiving dinner, look at here. You could get you some stamps and stamp somebody's name on it, or grateful, or thankful, or whatever, on one of these little legs of it, and lay it in their place setting. But if you did it their name, they could take it home with them and have it as a prize. So I hope this helps. It was inspired by Teresa at Our Green, Greene, just like yesterday, Acres. And so hopefully this is how mine looked on the back, because I trimmed it up real good. This one today was quick, and I didn't trim it so good on the back, but it works. So y'all either go buy you some canyon jar rings and lids, or raid Mama's cellar, get in the basement and see what you can find. And these are just real cute for decorations. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped. You got a question, you let me know.